Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you may be. For this video, we'll be going through an unboxing of the real grade 1 to 144 Wing Gundam. And this was from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, released by Bandai back in 2021. So I've been doing a short stint of Gundam Wing themed sets. So I thought I would wrap up this little mini series with the Wing Gundam. So here we have the real grade Wing Gundam in all its very nice looking glory. Shot of the mobile suit, shot of the flight mode in the rear, and that nice close-up of the head, as well as a bit of the usual real grade blurb. So that looks absolutely amazing, and I'm hoping that color separation will be equally as good, but it is real grade, so the answer is probably yes. So in terms of the box, we'll quickly look at, so here's one of the sides, so another shot of the flight form. The other side is back to the mobile suit form with that shot of the head. Guess we'll have a quick look at the top of the box, which has some various poses of the Wing Gundam. The wing mechanism is definitely very unique to the real grade, but I'd say it's a nice touch. The real grade line has prided itself on doing a very unique and vast array of things, so I do look forward to seeing how that actually looks in person. So various shots, which is very nice. The colours look absolutely phenomenal, pretty much on par with what you would expect for the Wing Gundam. So bottom of the box, so a bit of a description about the advanced MS joint, which I suspect is getting smaller and smaller and smaller at this rate compared to the very first real grades that came out, but that is also a good thing. It does demonstrate that Bandai is learning and improving on things and able to do things at the real grade line without having to have that dedicated inner frame and joint system. Transformation into the bird form. An interesting bird gimmick to actually have the Wing Gundam in basically a bird appearance, which is very cool. Unique to the real grade, but why not? It's different, it's unique. Gives the kit some more playability that other versions of this kit doesn't have. It's basically the final result of the Wing Gundam, and there will be some decals and stickers included. So that was the look of the outside of the box. In terms of inside of the box, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of runners in various colors. I'm dropping them all over the place. And see a huge array of different runners and colors included. So I will crack open these bags and then we'll have a look at the included runners and manual. Okay, with everything out of the bags, there is definitely a good amount of runners in there, which we will see in a second. The sticker decals, as well as the manual that we have in front of us. So front of the manual, just a Another shot of the Wing Gundam head. I actually can't believe we're up to 35 of these. Well, standard retail, that's not including any P Bandai variants. In terms of the back of the manual, so you have the decal guide taking up most of the page. And then at the very bottom you have the color chart. I will admit it's very nice to have this in English now, which is always a good thing. Not that I utilize it, but it's definitely handy to know. Usual basic info spiel in terms of the parts list. So we will have a good component of runners A through to I, B being the very smallest, which will be the advanced joints, but we'll have 2 C runners, and then from E onwards it's pretty much 1 and 2, but the colors pretty much stay consistent on each of the runners, as we will see. Doesn't look like there's too many X's. There will be an X down here, since the Wing Gundam only has the one beam saber handle. In terms of the build, so real grades like to start with the legs, and it looks like it's a case of doing some ×2 for various areas, and then later on do we start to separate into rights and left legs. I do see undergating popping up a number of times, so definitely keep that in mind. So the undergating will obviously make things a lot easier in terms of snipping stuff out, less cleanup. But the other thing to be mindful of is that there is undergating. Otherwise you don't clear it off, you will have a not so great time putting parts together. Left leg, the waist units, which looks pretty cool. The chest units. That's an interesting take on it. Building the side of the chest literally as a left side and right side. The arm units, which I suspect will be return of the ×2 until you need to form a right arm and a left arm. Once again, the undergating comes through. Build the head, which is good. Do the wing units. So the wing units will definitely be quite interesting. Just looking at that alone, I know it's coming out later in the year, but just looking at how some of that wing is created reminds me of the G Gundam. Going through the wing still, so obviously we have some shots of the bird mode and the flight mode, and that B-run is pretty much just exclusively used for the wings. So the actual Wing Gundam itself doesn't really have much of a frame. And with the wings done and the backpack done, building the weapons, so the Buster Rifle and the shield. And then there's some instructions on how to put the Wing Gundam into its bird mode. And then from there it's pretty much take your guess on how to make the birdie bird mode. That's not too bad. That was a nice comprehensive manual for the Wing Gundam. In terms of the decal sheet, so that's what it comes with. Some of that I'll use, some of it I won't. Probably lots of the greens I'll use. Some of those goldish looking bits will depend. I know because I do remember some of the early real grades, and after a while, especially when trying to put them on, you can unintentionally rub off the actual colouring. So we'll see how that goes once the time comes. In terms of the runners, we have a multicolored A runner. So believe it or not, there's grey, white/off-white, translucent green, and there is a darker shade of plastic here. Isn't quite black, so I would say it is potentially some form of dark grey, at least darker than the rest of the other grey. Alternatively, might even have to check what the actual colours were used on the colour guide. So that was the A runner. B runner, as we've seen through the guide, is pretty much the, whatever the right way read, Advanced MS Joint, 19 of these, and that's pretty much for the wings. The actual mobile suit itself doesn't really use them. C runner in grey, so there's two C runners, exact 100% copy of each other, so naturally you'll have your bits for your lefts and your rights, so arms, legs and things like that. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some X's on here, but it looks like it will accommodate one for left and one for right. So that's all in grey. Up next is the D runner, I believe still in grey as well. So that's pretty cool. So a lot of this will probably be inner joints and pieces, and a good number of this runner has your head manipulators. Moving on to E, so this is all in that nice yellow, E1 and E2. Now it does look like there is a bit of functional duplication on E2 that will overlap with E1. Otherwise, there are some bits unique on E2, some bits unique on E1. And as I said, that's in a nice yellow. Turn to the Fs, F1 and F2 in blue. Looks like there will once again be some overlap on them for your lefts and your rights, but there will be some unique parts at the bottom and at the top for other things. G1 and G2, both in red. Now, oh, look at that. Still a tad bit of overlap, probably mainly for the feet. Otherwise, looks like G1 has some bits for the wings, G2 has bits for the shield, and maybe some other bits and pieces. As that's both in red. We have H1 and H2, and I'm going to say this is in white. Are they a copy? Yes, they are. You just have to find it. So, once again, parts overlap, which is pretty cool, with a few unique bits on the far left of H1 and on the far right of H2. We have two eyes. Yes, we have two eyes. Ha 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 ha. Better not quit my day job. I1 and I2, continuing the theme of parts duplication. If I do it this way, so far left of I1, which is this one here, probably wing parts. I made another funny. Maybe I should quit my day job. And then the part of I2 will be shield and waist. I see a beam saber handle there as well. Now I actually thought H and I were slightly different tones of white, but can't tell with the light shining on them both, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were, especially for a real grade. And then lastly we have the SB13, if it comes into focus. Yes, no, maybe. There we go. SB13, translucent green beam sabers. The brown base. And that pretty much brings us to an end of the unboxing of the real grade Wing Gundam. It actually looks like it will be a lot of fun. I know the high grade Wing Gundam was definitely a pleasant, fun build. Definitely looking forward to when the Shenlong comes out. Heavy Arms, Death Side, Sandrock, they were all fun builds, granted they are high grades. So it'll be definitely nice to have a real grade Wing Gundam floating around as well. In fact, oddly enough, I think I have a decent representation of the Gundam Wing high grade kits, funnily enough. Could be more, but We'll get there in time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you wish to do so. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can be found on my Instagram account, link in the description below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.